Michael Gallup is a really, really rich man. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. We're going to give you guys the information that rocks the nation. From yours truly, out of Law Nation Studios. It is what it is at this point in time of reasonings. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Let's go. As the room fill up, be sure to slap that notification bell. Tell it to lean forward just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Now, the salary aspect of it will be finalized by Wednesday. But the news of the hour, Michael Gallup will be here for a long time, baby. They say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. Let's go. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank those who joining in to the nation with the revelations of heart, soul, and mind for time as we build this plane while it's in the air. Yeah, Gallup is signed for a long-term contract. All right. It's a good deal for both sides. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Shout out to those who's part of the notification SWAT up. Come on. $12.2. Come on. All right. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, the cons, the pros, the bad, the good, the ugly. The sad moments of it is that we don't know. We flat out don't know. If anybody come here and say, hey, man, Gallup will go back to being the Michael Gallup that we seen before the injury, we just don't know. We don't know. If anybody say that, yeah, he'll be the person that was the same before the injury.
Shame.
You don't know.
Shame.
You don't know.
Shame.
But you can be optimistic and say, all right, cool, thou should decree a thing and it shall be established, right? You can speak things and speak life into it. You can say, hey, based upon the previous recovery time of wide receivers from this particular injury, and that it was a clean snap, a clean tear, that this doctor, not Amari Cooper, but Dr. Cooper, is able to re-stitch and sew things back up perfectly, right? But nobody got a crystal ball, but the Cowboys do, right? They have a full, strong mindset that Gallup will be the same. Now, ACL, shout out to you, the truth. It says ACL is anywhere to 7 to 9 months. Now, this is my God-honest truth about it, Cowboy Nation. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Please don't. Take your time. Yeah, he secured the bag, but one thing that we don't want to see is the Blake Jarwin 2.0. Blake got his contract, and it happened on the back end, of course. But I absolutely believe that Blake Jarwin, he looked to his left, he looked to his right, and he said, oh, my goodness, I can't let this Schultz guy outshine me. I can't let this Schultz guy outperform me again. It was devastating for 2020. Watching Schultz, that's my ball. Right? It was devastating knowing to watch somebody else run his routes. And one thing that I can tell you about Gallup, I mean, he's a good guy. I've been banging the table and saying, hey, he's a good guy. He's a wonderful guy. Shout out to him. He's part of Cowboys Experience. He's one of the guys that we've been working with over there with Cowboys Experience, and it's a good situation. Right. Brady is back too. Shout out to you, Antone. Look, a lot of people saying Brady. Where's Brady going to now? What the fudge cake? What is going on with this news? You know, where did Brady? He's trolling. Okay, good. You know, let me clear up everything right here. Let me pull up the Twitter because I'm quite sure it's trending. Let's see. All right, so here we go right here. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers visit the Cowboys next season. Tom Brady, these past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make all possible. I'm coming back for the 23rd season. Tampa, unfinished business. LFG. Oh, wow. So quasi double breaking news, you know, and one of our guys, John Machota, he's tweeting that out. So that trumps this particular news. Basically, source confirmed Michael Gallup new deal with the Cowboys is 5 years, $62.5 million. All right, so who got the guaranteed money, baby? Who got that info? Who got that intel? Let me see if anybody got that intel. Who got the guaranteed? Man, this is crazy. Man, this is crazy. All right, let me see who got the Gallup guarantees. $27 million. He got the guarantee. Okay. Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup has agreed to the $62.5 million extension with the $27 million guarantees. This is from Cowboys. This is from Dallas News. All right. So, who's okay with the $27 million being guaranteed? So, news was leaked out earlier. 3 years, it was 5 years, $30 million, right? And we kind of got like, hey, wait a minute. All right. So, but now it's what, 3 off or what have you? So, we looking at it $27 million. Guaranteed millions give us a lot of flex. Yeah. All right. So, I don't know if Spot Rock got it, though, but we can always take a look. I doubt if they got the details of the language of the contract. Let's see if they got anything on Gallup. Let's see. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. One love to the nation. Shout out to everybody that's watching and tuning in. Thank those who double back. They don't have it yet, but they do have. Okay. All right. No, they do got some more details. Okay, so it'll be 12.5 that's given, you know. Team we earn and carry, So what that does to everything, let's pull this up. Let's refresh. They not on it yet, so it's still at 19 million. When that's update, we'll know for sure. So we still got 19. And then let me do this right quick. Okay, no, hold on. Y'all bear with me. By Wednesday, I believe Schultz deal will be out. By Wednesday, Schultz deal should be announced then. Right? By Wednesday, Schultz deal will be announced. Because if we got $19 million right here, and if it's 12.5, they leave us with 7. And Schultz contract, he signed that franchise tag of 10. They'll put us back in the negative. So either we're going to release somebody else by Wednesday, and Schultz or Schultz going to news announce of his contract is going to hit, because you got to give 12.5 back into the mix there. You taking 12.5 off of 19, so you're going to hear between here and Wednesday of the news of Schultz signing his contract. Yeah. Dak get one more chance to beat him. Yeah. Right. Oh, my goodness. Trade Dak. This is from Lewis. I feel you. What would you trade Dak for? Got to find a dancing partner who's willing to take on that contract. Tom Brady back. I hear that Tom Brady is back. You know, Tom Brady trying to get that record. 23 consecutive seasons, whatever. Eli says, how do you say that? How do people say it's a bad contract? Well, all right, so he's getting $12.5 million annually, like APY. APY 12.5. The 27 is guaranteed. So I tell people all the time, don't look at the $62 million. This is a $27 million contract stretched out over 5 years, right? Basically, those who out there who love numbers, quick math, come on. If it's a 27 stretch out of over 5 years, that's the guaranteed money. He's getting 12.5 right now. 12.5, and let's just do this. Let's do 12. 27 minus 12 give you what? Put it in the chat. 15. 15 is all your older man for next season for his full contract. Is that correct? Is that correct? Let me know. So let's not look into, like, let me pull this up again. Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup have agreed to a 5-year, $62.5 million extension contract, basically, with $27 million being guaranteed in guarantees, right? Right? So if only $27 million is guaranteed, his APY for right now is 12.5. So 27 minus 12 is 15. Domino. You're off the hook for him next year. you just pay him another 15. Or you just pay him extra. You tell him, hey, let's restructure your contract. Let me give you 15. Now, there's certain language within the contract. Certain language within the contract that he's only getting probably out of that money that's guaranteed this amount. Given 12.5, I don't know what his APY. If his APY is 12.5, shoot, 2-year contract basically. Burnett says the contract is bad news for the Cowboys. He just came off of a bad injury. Watch it do a blow in Jerry's face. Now, granted, here's how you can look at it. Michael Gallup been in the league for many of years, right? I can't believe you guys still talking about Tom Brady. Should I change my title and put Tom up here? Tom Brady returns, right? Y'all love Tom. Psycho Tom. And I believe the Buccaneers put five first-round draft picks for anybody who's trying to claim the rights. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm wrong. We got some more news to jump around. I love it when I see it this way because I like the language of the news. Breaking news out of Frisco, Texas from Todd Archer. Let me go pull up Todd Archer account. He got some language details. Language, okay. All right. Part of the $27 million guaranteed to Michael is already $10 million signing bonus. So, okay, so this is what they're going to do. They're going to give him, look, so we off about $2 million, right? Because we said it was 12, so now it's just $2 million. So instead of $7 million we have left, we will have $9 million left. So there's still, because in order for Schultz, in order for us to stay afloat, maybe the Greg Zuerlein number didn't hit yet. But it's $19 million There's somebody else's contract that didn't hit yet. But we'll get up under the cap. We'll get up under the cap by Wednesday. But what really draws my mind to this, Cowboy Nation, is how in the world the Packers, the Rams, the Vikings, the 49ers, the Saints, and the Chiefs going to get up under the cap. Now, I'm trying to wonder how those teams going to get up under the cap, but that's a story of a different day, right? But neither here nor there. The news from Todd Archer says it's only $10 million, so let me refresh this one, and let's see, because the language is coming out on the contract. So Tom Brady will make another visit at AT&T Stadium. He is 6-0 all time. With Tom, we beating the Buccaneers for the 2022 season. We beating them. I can't look. Have that as the opener. You know, I want revenge from Tom Brady. Come on. Tom Brady gonna wish he didn't come back because we're gonna have Parsons and we're gonna have Parsons and we're gonna have Parsons. I can't believe this. Tom Brady done stole the headlines for your mind, baby. All right, so that's a good deal. Sebastian says $27 million out of 62 of it being guaranteed. That's a good deal. Yeah. Yeah. The mid-year game. Okay, all right. We'll take Tom in mid-year. Schultz tag already counting is 10.9. Okay, we give him a long-term, it will go down. This is Toby. So you saying that they already this is already inside of this? Because I thought it didn't hit. I thought it didn't hit until the start of the year. So if his franchise tag is already counting based upon this spreadsheet here, then sure, we good. We good. That put us at 12. So I mean, all we got to do is find $5-6 million more. We can go get. No, I don't think it's that way. I would know the real numbers. Wednesday, because that's when everything had to be reported. Eddie O says, yes, we good. Yep. Who else feeling that we good? Bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. Christian says you love this deal. All right, we're going to click on, that's where we at on over the cap. Matter of fact, let's do this then. Let's click on Cowboys. 19 base salary to. All right, so this is what we have for the 2022. Our total cap liabilities is 202, right? Top is $182 million. Team cap space is 19. So far, we playing 118 to the offense and $64 million to the defense, and give or take 1.5 to the special teams on over the cap. Right now, the base salary for DeMarcus Lawrence is 19, and 8. That's what we paying for that. And then we got right now the base salary for Dak Prescott is $1.6 million, but it's prorated bonus, which is spillover. That's putting you right at for Dak Prescott $19 million. They worked that plan out well for Dak Prescott. Like I said, what they did with Dak Prescott, they gave him a chunk of his guaranteed money up front, which was the $75 million, which you can say, oh, man, that hurt us, right? But now they moved and pushed everything on the back end of it so that we can have breathing room, and those were the avoidable years. So right now, Dak Prescott counts $19 million against the cap. Don't ask me how they were able to do that, but that's just how it is. Your biggest expense right now for the 2022 season is DeMarcus Lawrence, right? And let's go down here. This guy, La'el Collins, he's right at 10 million, 15 million. If you pretty much trade him before the start of the new year, you get $1.3 million in cap savings, which is not a lot. But on the back end, this $15 million will be erased for the 2023 season. That's how that goes. So they haven't updated anything yet. They haven't updated anything yet from my end. So one thing I can see down here at the bottom, they did update that we got $17 million worth of dead money. $6.8 million that we still paying Jalen Smith. $6 million of dead money goes to Amari Cooper because it count toward this particular cap for this year. We're heading into this year. Blake Jarwin, which we split right down the middle. Pretty much, he going to take the $2 million injury settlement. That's money that's going towards that. Keanu Neal is $2 million. So Reggie Robinson is $364,000. I know you guys can't see it. And dead money for the kicker is $333,000 that we have to owe on the books. Other than that, man, it is what it is. Brady is back. Texas board says Lamb is greater than Cooper. Well, we'll find out. Dak went 10-6 in 2018 with Joe Looney starting at center and Jeff Swain starting at tight end. I ain't worried about Dak not having enough weapons. Pete, can you add some more context to that? Pete, can you add some more context to that? You know? Oh, my gosh. You know, we were 3-5 before a certain wide receiver came here, right? The free agent frenzy going to be crazy, man. We were 3-5, right? Lamb doesn't have S on Cooper. Now before you guys, Eddie O, okay, I'm gonna check my DM, and I hope you got the information, Eddie. Let me pull this around. Eddie, okay, give me one second. You DM me on Twitter, right, Eddie? All right. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Appreciate you, Eddie. You a real one, man. You a real one. You helping a brother out. See, this is what producers would do. You know, producers would send this right over. Come on, computer. It don't take that long to download. Hold on. All right, let me see. Save as large file. I don't know why it saved as a large file. Give me 1 second, Eddie. You want to give me a hard time pulling up that graphic. Bull sugar. I'm going to have to do it this way. Bear with me. Eddie. More than one way to skin a cat. Come on, zoom in, zoom. I'm about 300 zoomed in. And I'm going to give it right here. I'm going to freeze my face a little bit. That's the only way I can do it. That's weird. That's weird. All right. I got it right here, Eddie. I got you, man. You guys okay? I can't believe Tom Brady is back. I want Tom Brady to get back. I want to beat Tom Brady so bad. Oh, and here's another thing, Cowboy Nation. Don't put Lamb into a box. Don't say, well, just based upon his first 2 seasons, that Lamb is this type of wide receiver. He's going into his 3rd year, or is he going into his 7th year? I mean, give the man time to develop. Give the man time to understand what the defenses is trying to take away and what he can add to his game. He was better than his first year, right? This is from a guy, Ed D. Oh, all right. So these are the numbers for Schultz. So base salary is 10.9. Prorated, none. Of course, you can't prorate. You can't prorate that. Cap number is already factored in. Okay, I see. And it's dead money only if you, and they have the right to retract that. What part of this one you're at? Let me see. You guys can see that, right? I still don't want Schultz to play on that. I still don't want Schultz to play on that franchise tag. I still don't want Schultz to play on that franchise tag. $10 million, you can't prorate it. You got to count all of it to take immediately off the salary cap. So when you're saying that, and I appreciate you for the intel, Ed. Appreciate you. All right, so let me go back to cap space. So essentially, if we do give Schultz a long-term contract, we can do just like what he's saying is give this man, if he's willing to work with us, give this man like a $4 million bonus, signing bonus or something like that, which he probably would say, nah, we want more than that. And then prorate the contract throughout. Whatever his contract is, I don't know. Maybe his signing bonus will be right at another 10, and he can take however, I don't know. I flat out don't know what contract that Schultz is going to get, but I'm quite sure that they still going to want to get this thing done before Wednesday. And then if not, they'll push it back longer until June, something like that. But they don't want this man to play on they can't be saying to themselves, we give this man a 1-year rental off of a franchise tag. I just don't see that happening. Yeah, Radford says it's actually a 2-year deal. Yep. If you look at Gallup contract, it's a 2-year, $27 million contract. All the other stuff is fluff. All the other stuff is fluff. Let me see what else they got over here. How is this happening? Here we go. These boys be on this money. Who's a good money guy? Is it KD Drummond? He's a good money guy? Let me see what the money guys say. KD Drummond is a good money guy, right? So are we trying to win the Super Bowl? Let me read this one right quick. Shout out to you for the donation, man. Thank you for help growing the nation over here.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
So are we trying to win the Super Bowl, or are we rebuilding Law? No one has the time to wait for until he develop. You saying Gallup? You saying are we trying to win a Super Bowl with Gallup, or are you talking about with Lamb to develop? OG, let me know. Are you saying for Gallup or are you saying for Lamb? Going into his 3rd year. Or somebody in the audience. Is he saying for Gallup or he's saying for Lamb? What's up, Glenn? Shout out to you both. All right, so we had this conversation earlier today on a long live feed that we had earlier, and we were talking about the same thing. We were absolutely talking about the same thing. We was talking about the notion of, let me see if I can do this right quick. Bear with me. I doubt if that thing worked. We was talking about the same thing. And it ain't gonna work. See, all right. Good. Give me 1 second. Come on. Here we go. Give me 1 second here. Huh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Camera is gonna be. There we go. There we go. More than one way to skin a cat. All right, good. All right. All right, here we go. All right. DMV George, boy, you been hanging out here, man. What is it? Hey, who this is? Hey, who this is? DMV George, man, you gotta kill that link, man. I think that's your dad, man. That's your dad. He's look, DMV George. He never exited out of that meeting, and your dad is still in there, man. So tell your dad, man, to get out of there, man. I don't want him to do something crazy. I don't want to see whatever he about to do. So get him up out of there, DMV George. Please, 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 man, please. Oh, my gosh, man. Tell your pops to get out of there, man. DMG, hey, get out of there. Hey, hello. Yo. Oh, my gosh, man. All right, I'm going to send the invite out, man. But, man, God dog, boy. Somebody. Illmatic, what's good, man? I don't know what we're going to do with this, man. All right, so that's the link to the back office, right? And I believe they got a computer. Oh, my gosh, man. To join this link, man, to join this conversation with your thoughts, click that link that I just typed. Is in the top of the chat there. All right, hold on. Unless this another DMV George. Hold on. What's up?
Oh.
What's up? Who this is?
You hear him? You hear him?
Yeah, I'm here.
You hear him?
I'm live.
What's up, Law Nation?
What's good, man? Now, is this DMV George? You can't hear me?
You can't hear him?
You can't hear me? All right, hold on.
Oh, you ready? Come on.
Hit the X right. He get here. Hit the X.
You can't hear me at all? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear him?
I can hear you. Hold on. I know what I need to do. Hold on.
Hello?
All right, hold on. Hold up. Hold on. We building the plane while it's in the air, man. I know exactly what's going on.
All right, now you can hear him.
You can hear me now?
You hear me? I didn't know he was. I left my.
Law Nation, what's up?
Oh, it was good, man. You never exit out of the link from earlier, man.
I had left my computer on by accident.
He left his computer on. This is Dad, but
that was good.
I'm upset with Amari Cooper, man. I'm a big fan of his.
Right.
He helped us out last year. The last 2 years, he helped us out real good, man. Because we ain't had nobody else but Cooper doing his thing, and I don't feel they did him right, man.
You don't feel that they did Amari Cooper right, or you mad at Amari Cooper? Which one is it?
I don't feel that Jerry and them should have gave him an opportunity to go for less salary to stay with the Cowboys.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you saying that Amari Cooper, the thing is that Jerry Jones shouldn't have put the ultimatum on his plate to say, okay, you got to take less salary in order to play for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. I mean, now he wrote the contract in language such that, hey, in the last 2 years is very avoidable because we can cut you and we don't have to pay you the $20 million. I'm quite sure his agent and everybody else saw the language of the contract. Now, the thing that I'm kind of like worried about with the Jones family is, what about the business side of it? Was he really given the opportunities to get those targets?
Right.
Was it really he involved into the game plan? Because it's hard pressed for me to think that Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper, and as well as Kellen Moore, all sat down and said, hey, man, we only going to hit this guy 3 times a game on average. That's hard pressed for me to think. And that's why I believe that some of the stuff that's leaked out with whether it's Cole Beasley or Dez Bryant or guys from other organizations, when they say, hey, it's a business and they limit your targets when it's a contract year or incentive year, that's my only thing when we look at it from that aspect of it.
Yeah, Law, you do a great job, man. And me and my son always listen to you
Appreciate
and Mark
it.
Holmes and all that. And man, the rest of our receivers that left Dallas before, they were saying the same thing about Dallas.
Right.
Like when they got rid of Dez, they got rid of D Wade. It's all come down to money.
Right.
It all comes down to big money.
Yeah, let me answer some of these people questionings here. They
All right,
said,
man. Nice talking to you.
Appreciate you. Hey, you George too? What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Big George.
You Big George. Yeah.
We from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Okay, Maryland. Okay. All right, cool,
And we
man.
go out to the stadium on a regular all season.
Y'all related to Diggs?
I wish so. I called him up for a loan.
Yeah. But appreciate you, Big George.
All right, thanks, man.
Appreciate you, man. That's a good guy right there, man. Good guy. All right, man. What's up? Party line.
What up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to
What's up,
me.
Law?
What's good, man? We live.
You know, I'm at work right now, so I had to holler at you for a minute or two. See what's going on with you.
No,
What,
not
they
much,
signed
man.
Gallup or something?
They signed Gallup to a 5-year, $62 million. 27 of that $62 million is guaranteed.
Hey, that's a pretty sweet deal, though, dude. You know, I mean, I hate to see Amari go to the Browns, but it is what it is. We don't control the team, like you say.
Yeah, we
You
don't,
know what I mean?
man.
We don't own the team, so we can't make the choices.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't the billionaires.
No.
So at the end of the day, the Joneses are running the team, and we gotta, if we really love the team, we gotta just stick by them regardless of the situation, you know,
Man.
for the nation.
Yeah, without
'Cause,
hesitations or deviations.
If not, the Joneses gonna put you on probation. You feel me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
probations. Yep.
Yep. So either way, you gotta deal with it. Lamb done proved last 3 seasons, 1,000 yards each, right?
No,
Am I wrong?
Lamb going into his third year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 3,000-yard seasons, correct?
Wait a minute. He only played. Wait a minute. You messing me up now. How many years Lamb been playing?
Or two.
Okay.
Let me go back 2, right?
I said,
2,
man, my
right?
mind getting bad.
Hold on. Yeah, but he's in his 3rd season, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
So he's going into
All
his
right.
3rd season
So-
now. Yeah.
So he's already proven he can be a number 1 for the most part because he's had 2 seasons of 1,000 yards. Okay. Now, granted, there have been some games where he disappeared a little bit, because they didn't throw him the ball because they had all them weapons, but they didn't use all them weapons. They
Right.
didn't use Amari Cooper like they wanted, like they needed to, like they should have.
Big fact.
But that was like you and Boss said, that was by design. Okay.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that was by design. Okay.
Right,
It is
right.
what it is. But at the end of the day, guess what? Are
What's
you
that?
going to the draft? That's the next question I got to ask you.
Well, I got some exciting news that's heading to the draft. We're going to be at the Toyota Music Factory here in Dallas, so I'm not physically going to the draft. I think it's in Vegas this year. I'm not going out there. Where's the draft
I
at?
live in Vegas. That's why I was asking you
okay.
because I'm going for the first time in my life. I'm going live in person.
Right.
I'm getting VIP passes. And I'm going because I got that Michael Parsons jersey.
Yeah.
I need to get signed, and hopefully I can run into him down there. Maybe if he make a little visit,
No,
because
no
they
doubt.
travel, they on the
No
road
doubt.
a lot.
No doubt.
They do
Look,
some driving. So
look, Daryl. Look. If this season, if you can get out there to Oxnard, bring that jersey, and I got a guy that I can get that jersey over to Parsons so we can get that thing signed for you, man. All right.
Okay, well then
You just bring
I
it.
will make plans sometime this season. You tell me the dates and stuff, and I'll try to get off for at least 3 or 4 days and have my wife make a trip because I'm not that far from California anyways. It's in Oxnard, right?
Right.
About what,
right.
2-3 hour drive probably?
No doubt.
Okay,
No
so
doubt. No doubt. But I
can do
appreciate
that,
you for
know what
calling
I mean?
in.
I
I
just have
appreciate
to let
you,
the
man.
wife know and get her to take off too.
Let the Queen of the
You know?
Peace Corps know, and I appreciate you so much, Daryl. Appreciate you, man.
No, hey, I just want to tell you, hey, that draft, get ready.
All right.
We either gonna take a tackle in the first round, or we fixing to get us a bona fide another weapon
Yeah.
Another number one, future number one to go
Yeah.
alongside Lamb. You better get ready.
Traylon
It's
Burks,
gonna happen. One of
baby.
the two.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. So
Appreciate
get
you.
ready. Sky Moore?
Sky Moore.
Or do you want Jamison Williams or do you want Traylon Burks? It's gonna be one of those. Get ready, boys.
Yeah. Let me hear it, man.
Cowboy up, baby.
Yeah,
Go Cowboys.
That boy, you gonna fool around, lose your job, baby. I appreciate you, man. JT, man, wake up, man. You live.
That was good.
What's good, man? Yeah.
So I just heard the news about Michael Gallup.
Yeah. You look like Michael Irvin, dog. Come on. What's good?
But I will say this, so I was actually surprised it was that much because I thought it was going to be 10 million on the nose. Like it was going to be like 5 years, 50 million probably.
Right. And what else you thought?
So my thing is, I think we still need to go get another receiver. Like, and I say this for this reason because Gallup in essence now is our number 2, right?
Big facts. Yep.
I still feel like we need to get because last year we were actually deeper receiver because we still had Amari, we had CD, and we had Michael Gallup when he was healthy.
Right.
And so I still think trios in the NFL can't help because the Bengals, they just went to the Super Bowl and they have a trio. They've got Chase, they've got Higgins, and they've got Boyd. Like sometimes having a good trio can help a quarterback.
Yeah. You can, man. Hey, the more the merrier, man. We've seen Tampa Bay Buccaneers with their trio. We've seen the LA Rams with their trio, and it got cut down to pretty much one in that Super Bowl because of Odell Beckham got hurt, Robert Woods got hurt, but Cooper Kupp was able to step up. So I get it, man. But hold on, shout out to you, Airborne. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donation and Samoa beef. Appreciate you, Airborne. Appreciate you. All right, so if this team still decide to keep who they got with Simi Fehoko and develop him and still go into the draft, because Gallup would not be ready week 1. He would not be.
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he won't be ready, I don't think, until like week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we should go get Olave if possible because he's the guy that can stretch the field for our offense.
Yeah, but I'm going with BPA, man.
Wait, where's he playing?
I'm gonna tell you where BPA playing on that front 5. You know what I'm saying, or that front 4. I'm going best player available, whoever it is.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay,
okay. Yeah, I'm going, and I'm all defense. You know, I've seen John in the chat. He's saying, "Law, defense." Yeah, I'm all defense, John. I love. Matter of fact, I don't like defense. I love defense.
So where do we pick?
Pick with the 24th pick.
24. You think Davis will still be available by then?
He should be right there. If it's a situation where some people fall in love with some of those offensive guards and tackles. I can see him there. It depends on when they do the run with the quarterbacks too. A lot of that news, a lot of people try to shy away from quarterbacks, but then again, sometimes they run with quarterbacks go. So I look at it in both ways.
So yeah, Davis will be a perfect fit because we badly need an inside presence in the trenches.
No doubt, no doubt. Jordan Davis going early this from North. I feel you, man. But I just look at it like this, JT. Just give us time, man. Whoever we draft in the draft, even if it's not Jordan Davis with the first pick, we still might pick up somebody that's going to be dominant in the second round. And I think that they're going to do something. And don't forget, deadline make deals by us having La'el Collins hanging out as trade bait, somebody that may fall in love with their offensive tackle or guard that went away, and we still have available of La'el Collins. They might take a scoop at that, and they be willing to give us a draft pick to make that swap. And it could be something just like that, fam.
Well, yeah, either that or you can get an extra pick to take your 2 picks in and move up.
No doubt. JT, I appreciate it. Let me let everybody else in, man. Appreciate you, though, JT.
Yep, you too.
All right, D Shift, man, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. What you got for this show, man? What you got?
Not much, man. I think that price for Gallup's a little too steep, bro. Honestly, but I mean, you gotta
hold on. What you don't like, the APY, or you don't like the guaranteed money or the full contract?
Well, I guess I mean I guess APY really doesn't matter depending on how the Cowboys might shake them. Come the third year, like they just did Coop. So I guess I was just more or less I don't know, like it's still like some guards out there. There's a lot of good, I think, interior linemen. I feel like we can get in free agency, and I just would have liked that to be more of a onus on the trenches. I'm kind of like you, Law. I like the trenches. I like the defense. Collectively, I think we're close to maximizing the value of a couple of particular positions. Whether you talk about the offensive line, maybe a Bobby Wagner being put with this linebacking core to where you can start focusing your assets in the draft toward other things. Like it'd be nice to get one of those second round linebackers, but if you get a Wagner, and you can nab you another fourth rounder since you got two of those.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 fifth rounders, 2 late rounders, to where you can get that extra running back you kind of need, maybe in the 4th or 5th round, that linebacker, maybe a corner to come in to maybe get some competition with your Nashawn Wrights of the worlds. So I think we're in a perfect prime position to build depth. I know we just lost kind of a Cooper, but you see teams like this all the time. Championship teams let go of guys when they're hot.
Right.
And, it's not going to feel good to get rid of these guys while they still have meat on the bone. But, we got to shake something up. What we've been doing hasn't been working. And, I guess, the whole thing with you get a lot of these guys that you pay that kind of buck the culture, so to say, or kind of get in bad with the upper management. Maybe a guy like Michael Gallup who kind of moves low key. In the future, as the wide receiver market goes up, maybe that $13 million a year looks like a steal.
Right.
Because Michael Gallup I think he does have a potential to be a high 1B.
Right.
I don't know if he'd ever be a 1A, but he could be a high 1B. And just with the things that he does have some real good qualities. I wouldn't call it elite qualities.
Right.
More or less just what he does with just those sideline catches is what I'm kind of speaking on. I don't want anybody to think that I'm calling him elite,
right.
But I think he does have some qualities that I think you could be okay with that 13 mil a year. But I think, man, if we just get just like you say, build up those trenches, maybe get an offensive lineman, maybe in free agency, you can truly get best player available. But we do have some holes, and we see that this front office tends to fill those holes right before the draft. I just hope that it's a little bit more name brand than the Sam's, the Costco quality, So, but that's all I got for the show, man. I just want to holler at you, Law, man. Hope you're doing well, bro.
Man, I'm doing well with 2 L's, man, right now. But I'm going to tell you this, D-Shift. While you was talking, some more news released. I was looking for the Mike Williams contract. Somebody said he signed a 20 APY. So I was trying to look for that, but I couldn't find it yet. So I trust whoever said it, but I need to verify it,
And I mean, I guess, it's on par, that 13 mil. I know when we kind of trip on the APY,
right.
You just got to understand that every year that's going to go up, regardless of whether you like it or not. But I think overall we can still build off. The division, the conference is getting weaker.
Right.
Don't really have to worry about Seattle anymore. All you really got to worry about is Green Bay, LA,
and Tampa Bay, because you got your boy back. Tampa Tom, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. He came out of retirement, So he's he said you got to wheel him off the field. And then also other news, Vikings gave Kirk Cousins a 1-year deal, fully guaranteed of $35 million.
Yeah, like I said, the Packers,
Hey man, so you said, man, forget, man, Kirk Cousins, man. He ain't really nobody.
He got beat by Andy Dalton, bro. So I can't rock with Kirk Cousins, man. I can't respect him like that no more.
No doubt.
But all right, Law, man. Good to holler at you on this Sunday, man. Be blessed, bro.
Likewise, fam. Salute. Good call from Swayze, man. Not Swayze. Swayze next. My bad. Good call from Schiff, man. Who else we have here? Let me see. Bam, Swayze, what's good, man?
What's going on, Law? It was a heated debate the other day.
Oh, my gosh, man. The gloves
That was a
came
good one,
off,
like-
man, and it was good though.
So
I love the energy. Go ahead with it.
So how you feel about now that the emotions came off, you got time to digest the situation. How you feel about the Amari Cooper decision? Do you still disagree with it, or are you still like, this organization don't know what they're doing?
Now, this is me. I'm fire and brimstone guy. I tell people all the time, I got to get my emotions off, right? I got to get it off my chest best way possible. But when I look back at everything now, if the Cowboys, like my brother said, who was a 49er fan, I mean, if the Cowboys were not going to target it and use him anyway, why get mad at it, right? It's like me being mad at the moon, right? And my thing is, what I'm really upset about with the Cowboys is that they don't know how to embellish. They don't know how to lift somebody up, paint the picture, put the lipstick on the pig, and say, hey, Amari Cooper was this guy that was the first one in, the last one to leave. He taught CeeDee Lamb some good release points. He also pulled up the other guy, Gallup, and helped him out. He was a good guy on the team. And they didn't know how to sell it, just like Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was sold to the Chargers, right, for a 2nd and 6. So by us getting a 5th, and maybe a 5th and a 6th for a Coop, it wasn't enough.
You could have got 3rd, 2nd.
Yeah, at least
2nd and 3rd.
Right. By us announcing that we're going to release him anyway due to cap constraints, I believe, far as from a PR aspect of it, I really believe that the Cowboys called the Browns and said, "Hey, you finna get rid of Jarvis. You're gonna have some upset fans. Let us cushion the blow, and we're gonna send you a 6th round as well as a Cooper." And then they can actually take his contract and spread it out and prorate it. It don't have to be the $20 million hit. They can restructure his contract.
And also, and that's exactly what I said yesterday. I was like the Joneses, you would love to play poker with the Joneses. They'll tell you straight up what their move is.
Right.
Like, what hand they got. They'll tell you straight up. That's the only thing that they need to like get better at least Stephen Jones, because you know Jerry's on his way out. And I can tell Will McClay is more so good at that. Like when you hear Will McClay's interviews, you never know what he's doing. Like he has a straight face. He's not too happy. He's not too sad. And that's what I like about that. But also, I would love for them to, get rid of that DeMarcus Lawrence contract, especially if we get Bobby Wagner. $27 million, that's just too much. I think he's good. He's above average, but for that price, like I just really think that's just too much. I'd rather have Parsons on that other side of Randy Gregory and let them boys get at it than like that $27 million. Especially he's getting a little older. He'll be 30 soon. These are Bill Belichick type moves. This is what Bill Belichick would do. He'll get rid of you a year before he's supposed to get rid of you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how great organizations become great over a decade.
If that was the case, then our guy would have been traded, or he would have been lobbied up for 2 first-round draft picks, or 1st and a 2nd on a tender, right? Before we gave him that big contract, right?
Yeah, but I think the reason why they didn't do that they still ran a business. The reason why they didn't do that because they know if they did that, the whole family, just like the other day, I was like, oh my God, they got rid of Amari Cooper. Can you imagine if they did that with DeMarcus Lawrence at that time? We would think we would want Jerry Jones to sell the team. There'll be 3-4 illegitimate babies coming out of nowhere. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it.
Let me ask the family. Let me poll it. And I know it's hard because they're going to have revisionist history, and they're going to be like, no. But some people say, yeah. I'm going to ask the people in the chat, would you guys be willing, if we go all the way back to 2018, to get rid of D-Law for 2 firsts or a 1st and a 2nd? Let me just say yes or no in the chat. And I'm quite
sure. It's going to be a lot of revisionist answers.
A lot of people say yes.
And remember, after the 2018 season, that was supposed to be the 2019 season. That was when Michael Irvin was like, this is the best team since the 90s Cowboys. We had a lot of hype that year. Ain't no way no Cowboys fan wanted to get rid of the D-Law in that time around 2018. And I completely understand. But at the same time, I just think that it's a lot of 2020 hindsight analysts out there. And I think for the most part, the only thing the front office is doing bad is picking the head coach. They still want to play head coach and GM. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that they're doing back. Even signing Dak Prescott, I think that was, I think that still was a good thing. And one of the reasons why I didn't mind getting rid of Amari Cooper is because, first of all, I want Dak Prescott to have 25 to 30 passing attempts a game, no more than that. If you're going to do that, I'd rather you give 1 or 2 wide receivers those amount of targets instead of trying to spread it 5, 6, 5, 4 amongst 3 wide receivers and the tight end.
Yeah.
And if it comes to that, I'd rather give that responsibility to the younger receiver with more upside and CeeDee Lamb than Amari Cooper, who was getting a little older, 29. The whole season, in my opinion, he was limping the whole time. Right. And he kind of didn't fully, like with the vaccine thing, the owner, the front office didn't feel like he was buying all the way, especially with the vaccine thing. I know that's his own decision, but we live in a corporate situation. Like, you feel me? Like, but yeah, I'm gonna let you rock. But one more last question.
Go ahead.
In the draft, would you rather, like, would you consider, like, in the 4th, 5th round pick, getting a running back, like the 4th, 5th?
Look, my thing is with running backs, I don't think that Kellen Moore is capable of using them, so I was willing to rock with Tony Pollard and Corey Clement.
I didn't like Corey Clement the way he ran the ball. Like, he was dancing in the backfield a lot of times. Like, I don't feel like he hit the
I'm talking about in order to give Ezekiel Elliott a full clear spell. Like in order for him to be ready for the 49ers.
The playoffs?
Yeah, for the playoff. Because so many people, and I brought this up earlier this morning, and I brought it up, I think, to you before, that yes, Dak Prescott got his first playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks. But Ezekiel Elliott was running that game. People fail to realize he was running in that playoff game. He ran for 125 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He was healthy because they rest him the final game of that year. I think it was 2018, Yep,
2018.
They rest him. And he was your leading receiver. He had 77 receptions that year. People don't realize that. But they gave him a rest. They rest him. And when we played against the Seattle Seahawks, he was energized. Some of that gave comfortable looks for Dak Prescott, comfortable body looks for Michael Gallup. It was single high safety, one-on-one to the outside between Gallup and Griffin. And Dak was able to kill and exploit that because they had the threat of the run. If you take that away from Dak Prescott and you force him to throw into quarters, 2 single high looks or what have you with the safety lurking, it's going to be a long night for us. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. And you're 100% right. I just think that, and I think Kellen Moore, he gave Ezekiel early part in the season before Ezekiel Elliott had that knee injury. He gave him 25. He gave that backfield at least what he gave. Zeke had 18 carries per game, and Tony Pollard had like 10, 12. Like he had like a strong running game. It's just Zeke had that knee injury, and I just think in general, Kellen Moore was looking at it, he just didn't have faith in Ezekiel Elliott to get the load. You know what I'm saying? So I really understand, but I just think that we can't come into the season having Zeke as the primary running back. That would fully be a disadvantage for us. Like, I think we need a young blood. We need a young blood, 4th and 5th round, and that needs to be a priority.
When does Ezekiel Elliott guarantees run out?
I think 2024. I think last time I checked, 2024. But those are one of those contracts where you have to take the hit. Like, you have to, because right there, like, you're playing, like, it's like basketball. Like, you're playing 4 against 5. Like, the 5th person can't shoot, can't play defense no more because his body is done. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. I think Ezekiel Elliott's body is done. He's trying his hardest, but I think that partying and a lot of situations he went through earlier in his career caught up to him. And it's kind of sad, to be honest with you, because now we're going to go through a whole year. Zeke, quote unquote, going to look good through the training camp, have 2 or 3 good games, and then his body's going to break down. Then we have to go through this whole process, and we're going to be arguing with each other. Oh, why Dak Prescott not doing this? Why Dak Prescott not doing this? Not realizing that Dak Prescott is the type of quarterback where he needs that strong running game in order for him to in order for him to be who he is in the passing game. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so
no doubt.
It's just a sad situation. Like,
man,
in my opinion, like,
good conversation from you, man.
Yeah, good conversation.
Hey, I'm gonna rip whatever we had the conversation the day before, and I'm gonna re-upload it, man, because that was a good conversation, and everybody needs to hear that between you and Boss. But I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, man. You're doing a good job.
Salute. Yeah, that's good from him, man. That's my guy. All right, we got Thomas next, man. Hey, what's good, man?
Say hello.
Yeah, what's good?
Boy, my little niece.
Hey, little mama,
It's
how
my
you
little
doing?
niece.
Look at her. Look at her. She having a good time, man. Oh, yeah, she put that mighty hat on now.
She don't took my cowboy hat off, and she's a Tennessee Titan fan.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Oh,
how she a Tennessee Titan fan?
Her and her daddy, Tennessee Titan fans.
Shame.
Anyway,
shame.
But I'm a flipper.
Okay, good.
What's your name?
Law.
She said she liked your name.
Oh, you like my name? Appreciate it. Thank you.
His name is Law.
Oh, Law. Yeah, Law. Law Nation.
No, Law Nation. Now, what I wanted to say was, I'm gonna be a little different. We in the first round, we should get a linebacker.
Double up and get another linebacker? I'm listening to you.
Hold on. This, everybody know that this draft is full of linemen.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 2 second-round draft choices. What I'm thinking that we need to draft the linebacker in the first round. The next 2 rounds, draft offensive linemen.
Okay.
Draft 2 offensive linemen, with our 2 second-round draft choices. Because
bye. She grown. She's right. Bye. Because we need like linebacker depths. From what I'm hearing from my guy Swayze, right? He was just on the phone. He was saying that basically eliminate D-Law contract, slide Parsons down to the edge, take that other excess of money and put it towards Randy Gregory. So you got your 2 bookends, and you got a big voided spot at linebacker. And you have to go draft another linebacker.
And who knows? We may get Bobby Wagner.
He won't.
He gonna
want 14, 15.
Yeah,
order.
That remains to be seen. The Bobby Wagner thing remains to be seen, and I just hope that we get Bobby Wagner, and I don't know how true it is, but I was told that Bobby Wagner is supposed to be making the trip to the Star this week.
Now I couldn't confirm the news, but they said Monday he's supposed to be here in Frisco, Texas.
Oh, it's Monday?
Yeah, supposedly. It's tomorrow, right? And
right.
I mean, come on, man. Where is he from? Like, where's Bobby from? He's from Texas. Is he a Texas guy?
Los Angeles.
He's from LA. I mean,
yep. And I was on. Mark Holmes did a Zoom call today, and
right.
He was talking to a lot of us, and I told Mark, I said, look, Mark, if it's true that Bobby Wagner's coming to the Star this week, Jerry Jones better make damn sure that he don't leave.
Yup. You better flatten his tires, man.
Yeah, a kick or
hide his keys.
Hide his keys. I don't want to say that other word because if it happened, I don't want nobody going on the internet saying Thomas Garrett said something was gonna happen. The K word. Yeah. The K word.
Yeah. Yeah.
May want to kidnap him or I don't want to say it out loud, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I already know.
Yeah. But but that's all I just want to say.
No doubt.
My thing, like I said, Bobby Wagner come to the Star this week. Make sure he don't leave out the main door.
Right. Just tell Quinn whatever you need to do, man. You got here's an extra $30,000 for walk around money. Go show him around. You know, we go tickle his fancy with some of the housing projects that we got over here in Texas, and see if he be willing to stay. You know, that's what you got to do.
Right. And if he do sign a dotted line, if he do sign a dotted line, and after he signed a dotted line, I go get Michael Parsons and I tell him, hey, follow him everywhere he go.
No doubt. All right, Mr. Thomas, man. I'm gonna actually bring in some more guys, but I appreciate you so much, man, for jumping in.
Okay.
That's my guy, Thomas, man. All right, next we got Roy. Roy, you're next, man. You're next on deck, man. We got some people up in this, man. What's up, Roy? What you got?
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. You all right?
Yeah, it's I got word that Tom Brady come back. That's the reason why I sent that message through the chat. I saw it not too long ago. I'm like,
right.
Okay. I knew that it wasn't no surprise he's gonna come back because he just couldn't stand to be off the field. But now Aaron Rodgers is gonna be in trouble now.
Okay. Why you say Aaron gonna be in trouble?
Well, you know, Tom Brady has beat Aaron Rodgers a few times, and I don't think Tom Brady's going to be that easy to beat when they, if they square off again in the playoffs. But I think we'll have a chance to get there. I actually got to, watch the NFL draft, the mock drafts, and this year I was surprised that the quarterbacks weren't mentioned hardly at all, or the running backs. It's now we got a chance to get a linebacker,
right,
and offensive lineman, which one of the linebackers, from Michigan, he I forgot the guy's name, but I was watching it a lot, and they said he's pretty fast off the line. He had pretty good hand and footwork, and he's got speed off the edge. And if we're, since we're going to be needing another linebacker, he might be a good fit in our system on defense, because we need somebody besides Michael Parsons, who's already done proved himself to get to the quarterback and have the same speed off the line with good handwork and footwork. So we need that.
Right. I mean, whoever we get, man, I'm just looking for BPA. I'm not going to fall too much into like the, hey, we're going to get this guy, we're going to get that guy. When we get the person, just be sure that I'm going to have everything from A to Z about his skill set and his talent. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do in this draft, man, Roy.
Me neither, Law. I mean, I've been waiting for us to shut the haters up, including Stephen A. Smith. Okay, you know what? You saying we're not going nowhere. Us Cowboy fans, you can't stand to hear our mouths, hear us run our mouths. Oh, we're 7-1, or we're right there in the playoffs. We're going to get to the Super Bowl. It's going to take some time, Law, but I think we eventually will get to the Super Bowl, because we've shown year in and year out, and Dak's proved to me, everybody else, he's not perfect all the time, but he's made more steps in improvement, and it's gotten better over the years with his knowledge on the field, and how sometimes he can get rid of the ball quicker and accurately when he's not pressured a lot. And if we get the right offensive lineman in the draft this year, Law, that's good enough to keep Dak Prescott in the pocket to deliver his passes to either a Michael Gallup, who's one of my favorite receivers, or a CD Lamb, who's one of my other favorites too, because of how quick he is when he gets man-to-man coverage. He's pretty quick off the line. So if we can get offensive line and a good linebacker in this draft, I think it doesn't matter to me about the grade, the drafting grade.
Right.
We get good players on both offense and defense. That's a winning move.
No doubt, Roy. I appreciate you so much, man. I thank you, man, for
you're
calling
welcome.
in, bro. Salute.
Hey, no problem. Hey, we them boys, and let's go Cowboy Nation. Nobody's gonna stop us at all. We're here to prove that we can still get the job done, and we can get our dues, and Dax can get us the Super Bowl. That's my bet, man. Let's go Cowboy Nation.
Yeah, that's Roy, baby. That's Roy. Roy was chilling, man. He was just laid back chilling. And shout out to him and his family and everybody else that's watching. Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Next, we have Coach up on the. We got a lot of people. Man, we got a lot of people in the green room, baby. Let me pull up Coach. Man, Coach, you live.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, man. You the winner, Coach, man. You
yeah, man. Listen, man.
Starback jersey.
That's right, man. Hey, man. Hey, I wish I could get. I might try to get there and see if he comes, so I can get that signed also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
now,
look at.
Now
huh?
I don't know. Now I haven't bumped shoulders with Roger yet, man. But I know about Gallup. But I mean, I know about Parsons. But I don't know if I can get you to get the Roger Staubach jersey signed.
I understand.
I
got three nuggets for you, and I want you to listen to me on these three. And I'm let me tell you, we're gonna talk about one time. First, we're gonna talk about Michael Gallup. Second is about the draft, and the third is about the running game and Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I love Michael Gallup.
Right.
I really do. I think he's a very good player. I like his toughness. Right. But Cowboy fans, you don't sign a free agent that's already hurt.
Why you had to hit us with that, Coach?
We signed a guy that's already hurt. So what if he doesn't? Cowboys said early last year in the draft that they wouldn't sign a guy. They was really not going down the road again with injured players.
Right.
I'm not saying that Gallup might not be a great, but if Gallup is you don't sign the second number 2 receiver that's already hurt. You might sign a number 1 guy, a Pro Bowler that's hurt.
Right.
If he wasn't Pro Bowl status now, he's going to be a little less because he had a torn ACL.
Yeah, no.
I've heard people sign, and listen, I'm not saying, but I think this is a knee-jerk reaction because now you're trying to make do because you let Cooper go, and now we're gonna sign our own. Gallup has been hurt. He was hurt with almost a torn Achilles at the because that wasn't just a normal calf injury at the beginning of the season.
Talk to him.
And then he came back, and here come. Now that could have been a prerequisite of trying to baby it that may have gotten to the point. It might just have been a twist and a turn that got his ACL. But he has to come back and prove himself before you give him a 5-year deal at $60 million.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I understand Cowboy fans are saying because we got rid of Cooper and we all pass happy. Everybody's pass happy. Everything is talked about is about receivers and getting out the quarterback. But again, Michael Gallup is a good number 2 receiver. I don't think he would be a number 1 because if we felt that he was a outstanding number 2 receiver, they never would have drafted CD Lamb.
You right on that. But here is Michael Gallup injury history, and in this website basically pulls up a chart, and it shows all of the injuries that a receiver had. Yeah. Oh man, Coach, you right. Coach, you right on it. All on the same leg. In December the 20th, he had a hip strain. On September the 9th, leg calf strain. And on remember in 2019 he had that knee meniscus, tear that they had surgery on. And then on that same knee, it's an ACL tear grade 3. And his other tear in 2015, he had an ankle sprain, and that's way before he came.
That's
to the
like
Cowboys. That's great.
I'm gonna say this right quick, Law.
All on the same
That's
leg.
like if you had a guy that was injured and he was coming out the draft, and you use the 1st round pick on him, instead of saying, "Oh, let's use a 3rd or 4th round to take a chance because we think he can come through this injury." No, we decided to use a first-round draft pick on him.
Wow.
So that's all I had. I mean, that's what I just say. I'm not saying Gallup. I don't like Gallup. I'm not saying, but here it is. We got money. If this guy does not turn out, if he is a 4-5 guy before, and after the injury, he's a 4-6 guy.
Yeah.
We lost out on that.
Yeah. Okay. They say it's an 89% chance that he's going to get injured in 2022.
And listen, his cap number might not be big. I'm so happy that he got, because he really worked hard. But again, this is we signed a number 2 receiver that's going through surgery with an ACL, and we celebrating that we signed a guy that's coming off an ACL. I mean, we don't know how that's gonna turn out. Yes, things turn out, but you going on the doctors, but we don't. That's more of a chance that it doesn't pan out, and he's not gonna probably be there for a whole half a season. He might only get really back to his self again the year after this.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, Coach, some people going to hear this, and they're going to say, man, Coach Marv, he's hating, man. He's hated on Gallup.
I'm not hating because I like Gallup. But listen, I like Gallup, but if listen, he tore his ACL, people. We act like he had a high ankle sprain. Okay, that's my question on that one. My second point.
Right.
We talked about the draft.
Right.
If we don't get Bobby Wagner to stay in the house, right? Yes, we need to go get a linebacker. People, the linebacker core needs another linebacker. And I'm not the one that says Michael Parsons, let's put him at defensive end.
Right.
People, there is more to playing defensive end than rushing the passer. And teams going to line up and check his manhood in the run game. And it's going to be plays where he's not going to affect. When you have affect the game, I want Michael Parsons to affect more defensive snaps than just on pass plays and getting sacked. I want him to get stop the run. I want him to get interceptions. I want him to come and rush where you don't know where he's coming from, matching him up on linebackers. But those are easy sacks for him, and he will dominate the game. This kid, don't pigeonhole this great athlete that people have probably never seen before at defensive end. And I don't even really think he wants to play defense end full time.
He won't play everywhere, Coach.
Right. And I know he found out. That's why he was so happy when D Lawed him, because there's a little bit more physical play in there and some chip, crackback blocks, chip blocks, and double teams that he don't want to deal with.
Right.
Because he want to be free. If we cannot get Wagner to stay in the house if he's in Frisco on Monday, which I think that'll be a great move. Yes, we need to get a linebacker. And this will put this defense in another level, because I think that's what we're missing. Because we can get a great linebacker beside Parsons. Now he can go. Now you can really utilize him to be that Swiss Army knife to really disrupt a football game.
No doubt.
This third point. About this running game. Man, we got a lot of people throwing dirt on Ezekiel Elliott. But let me tell you something. In the last 3 years, Law, you pull up, you do stats. You like the stats thing sometimes, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
His carries this past season were his lowest carries in the history of him being in Dallas. And the year before that was the lowest before that.
Yeah.
If you get less carries, do we expect? Last year, he got 80 less carries than the year before. He's still averaging 4.2 yards a carry on a torn PCL. And when they say that they was resting, this is what I get in with the coaches. They say that they were saying, well, we're not giving Ezekiel as many carries because, we're trying to, we're going to need them in the playoff time.
Right.
People, Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott had a total of 12 carries in the playoff game. That was a lie. You wasn't saving for the playoff game. You didn't want to run them. Because when you got into big games against Arizona, they got 15 carries. In the playoff game, they got 12 carries. You didn't give the ball to Tony Pollard, or you gave the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. You decided that you were not going to run the football in tight games. And I would tell people this, and if you cut Ezekiel Elliott. If he go to another place, he will be revived. And you will see a guy that can, if you give him 16 to 17 carries, he'll get you 1,400 yards. He'll get you touchdowns. And when he runs the ball from carry 10 to 17 in his entire career, he dominates from carry 10 to 17 to 19 carry. The last 9 carries, he's those 4 yards turn into 8, 9, 10. Tony Pollard came in here. I thought Tony Pollard would be what Kellen Moore wanted. Memphis used Tony Pollard in the slot, catching passes.
Keep going,
we
Coach.
Thought he would be a,
yeah.
We thought he would be some people thought he could be a slot receiver. Right. And they refused to use Tony Pollard in the way that he is not. If Tony Pollard in his career from college to pros, he is not a 19, 20 carry back.
Right.
That's a different breed of back.
But let me say this. Let me say this, Coach, before you make that point. And I know people gonna say, nah, Law, he ain't that either, but he is. Everything that you see in Deebo Samuel's doing is what Tony can do.
What Tony could do, Tony is a 20-touch guy. Give him 20 touches, and he's gonna make some touches.
Yeah, touches.
12 carries.
Not carries, but just touches. Man, Coach, man, can you go down there and put in the application, man? Come on, Coach.
Touches, that's all we needed. But you go in games and you give him 5 carries and 2 catches, and you don't utilize him, and then you put all this pressure on your quarterback to be. People just don't think, because I hate this phrase when they say, man, the quarterback got to put the team on his back. There is not one quarterback that ever won the Super Bowl that strapped the team on his back and won the Super Bowl. Because they make a play or two, there's a lot of other plays that are being made. If you want to say it, did what the quarterback for the Rams, did he strap the team on his back to win the Super Bowl? No. Let's look at their playoff run. The first game they beat the Cardinals, he threw the ball 16 times. They ran the ball 43 times. In the second game, they didn't really dominate San Francisco in scoring in the passing game.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, he turned the ball over 2 times in the Super Bowl.
Coach,
people, it takes teams. We got enough people here. And I made an interesting point when we talked about, somebody said about Sean Payton.
Right.
If Sean Payton was here, Ezekiel Elliott had 1,400 yards, and Tony Pollard would have 900. Okay. And Dak would still be, he'll be in the Pro Bowl, he'll still get his touchdown.
Yeah.
Because he's going to run the ball, and he's going to let Dak throw the ball to be efficient, and Dak will still have 300 yards in the game, and he have 3 touchdowns every game. 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. The thing I want Dak to do is, I want him to throw a touchdown at every 10 passes he throws. So if he throw the ball 30, I want 3 touchdowns. If he throw the ball 40 times, I want 4 touchdowns. But that is not going to happen if you put him in a situation where he's got to throw the ball, and this simplified passing a route tree. You ran the thing earlier back talking about how many times we run the same plays.
Right.
Kurt Warner showed us that what our passing attack is not very complicated to be able to cover. We do run right into zone. We run right into coverage.
Right.
But it's all set up. When we ran the ball, it makes defenses, when you run the ball or you committed to running the football, it makes defenses play. They can't play the games.
No doubt, Coach.
They have to stabilize themselves.
No
and
doubt.
what I mean by stabilize themselves, right, is because they can't be going back in and trying to bring the safety up, move the safety back. Say we're going to play cover 2. No, we're going to switch to cover 3 because your run support gets compromised. And if you guess wrong, you're going to start getting run on. And when you get run on people, it's demoralizing. There is nothing you can do when a guy's lining up and running the ball down.
Appreciate you, Coach, so much, man. Look, man, everybody in the chat said, man, this dude got to have his own podcast or something. But I really appreciate you, Coach. Do you
let me tell you something. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. You've been working hard, man, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate you, Coach. Thank you, man. We got 3 other people that's waiting in the lobby area, man, and I really appreciate you, Coach.
All right. Good night, man.
Good night, man. That's Coach Marv right there, man. All right, so we got Fearless next, and then we have 2 other gentlemen that's been waiting patient. We're going to knock these guys out. Somebody said Coach Samuel Jackson. Well, you might as well call him that. But Fearless, what's good, man? You live.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me good?
Yes, indeed, man. We can hear you. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I don't want to be negative, but I just got an issue with Kellen Moore and then Dak. Because I feel like Kellen Moore, man, his plays is like you blaming the wide receivers, but they running like he was just saying, simplified, 5 and out, hooks, a post here and there, a slant. And then to make it worse, when Tony Romo calling in games, he'll tell you where the play should go to. Right. And then if you watch the whole season back, you'll see a lot of plays where Romo's calling where a ball should have went, and Dak throwing it to the wrong person.
Well, let me ask you this, Fearless. Fearless. Let me ask you this: did you watch Kurt Warner's breakdown?
Nah, I didn't. But from me watching the games,
let me say this. Let me say this before you go to your point here. Kurt Warner, before he break down the film of where the ball should go to, he said, "For one thing, I can't say is that I don't know what he's been taught for his progressions." And certain coaches teaches players which way to go through your progressions. And one thing that Stephen Jones did say is that this team, they like to pass to the open guy. So if the progressions also show that it's 2 DBs on 1 player, don't force the ball there. It should be someone else open, and you got to force it to the other side of the field. But go ahead with your point.
My thing is that, when he'll call a play before it even happens, and then five seconds after that, he's like, hey, if he would have just looked to his right, Amari Cooper was wide open down the field, or CeeDee Lamb was wide open down the field, and it's like his awareness is just not there, and he's holding the ball too long. I just feel like you blaming players. Right. They only can do one thing. At the end of the day, it's the play calling. If you really study the Cowboys offense, it's not really that hard for the defense to understand where they might be going on the 3rd down. They'll run that little screen tight end, play action. You do that 2 or 3 times a game. It's like, I don't know. They was blaming Amari Cooper.
So would you put the bullet in the chamber and press it and let it explode and hit your quarterback and say, okay, let's shoot the quarterback, because we see that it's quarters defense. We know that you're supposed to run up out of that, right? We know we're supposed to run on quarters, right? If the favorable look, if you got 6 DBs out there, I got a halfback and a fullback in the backfield, can I run on that? Can I attack the edge? But if I'm playing pass defense, right, and I'm stopping your run, then there's a problem with that particular offense. Is that correct?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is not to be to blame, but what I'm saying is that there got to be some way, some shape, form, or fashion, a scheme to defeat certain looks, and we don't have that in the Cowboys repertoire.
I agree. Right. And another thing is like Dak, he's not consistently accurate. Some things it's like, man, you're not a rookie no more. You've been in this league 4, 5, 6 years. It's like certain passes, you're not running no, exhaustive route tree. These wide receivers, you got to hit them in their hands, man. Give them a chance. And then I don't know. I feel like the blame is going on a lot of the wide receivers or Zeke. The play calling for him.
Who's the most accurate quarterback in the NFL?
I'd probably say Rodgers or Brady.
Okay.
Who you think?
I think Aaron Rodgers is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL right now. Him. He's up in the room all by himself.
Yeah, I agree, but it's just some passes. It's like, man, we be blowing a lot of opportunities.
And regardless of it, he still threw an 18 QBR against that 49ers defense. And my thing is, I get it, right? What Coach Marv was saying is we understand the recipe. We understand the secret sauce. In order for this team to win is running the rock. Putting the ball in the belly of the running back and creating that one-on-one to the outside and creating that single high safety look, dictating some things, right? And what we're seeing, collectively speaking, that this team is not good enough to be consistent with that. They're not patient enough to do that. And it takes a team game. And that's just the problem with it. We can look back at everything and say for 12 years, the better thrower, the stronger arm of the game was Matthew Stafford. But he didn't win a Super Bowl with the Detroit Lions until he went to another system under another quarterback.
Right. I feel like Kellen Moore, he this year, to me, he's been coming up with a little bit more creative plays, outside the box kind of plays, but the format and the strategy of the play calling could be better, setting up for certain things to where, it's 3 and out too fast sometimes. And, I just think I really feel like we used to have a better or should be getting a better offensive coordinator because I feel like he's still learning.
Wait. Is it a better offensive coordinator or a better quarterback? Which one?
I would probably say it's neck and neck to me, but the offensive coordinator with them plays, man, it's too simple. It's too simple. It's like, how can you blame Amari Cooper when you're not even allowing him to do what he does best by, running certain routes? It's just a simple 5 and out, 5 and hook, a post, a slant.
Well,
you don't even need a number one wide receiver for that.
Well, to break this down, when targeted, this is when targeted, like when the Cowboys decided to target Amari Cooper. He had a QBR, not a QBR, the passer rating when targeted was 122. That's dog near perfect. And he had 3 drops and he had only 68 receptions. And he had the minimum targeting. There was 33 other wide receivers targeted more than Amari Cooper. So that goes to game plan. If I was to sit down and tell you, hey, when you target this guy, your average is 122 passer rating, right? Then chances are you have a better percentage, you have a better chance of winning said game because not just that, this guy is averaging the most yards per catch than any other receiver or tight end on your team at 12.7 yards per average. So that's 12 yards. So if I'm looking at it and saying that if I'm giving this guy collectively, just doing quick math, 3 targets a game and he's averaging 12.7 yards, that's 3 first downs off of 3 targets at a passer rating at 122. Now, I do know law of average, the more you target, the lesser that number is. But unfortunately, we don't know because when targeted, he only had 68 receptions with the minimum targets. So I think that, like you said, the offensive coordinator or whoever come up with the game plan, they didn't know how to utilize the weapon.
I agree. One more thing before I hop off here. Like, I think the couple games because of COVID that Cooper was out, everybody was feeling it. Like, they didn't know where to throw the ball. I think when they played the Chiefs in another game, I think he was out. The team the offense looked kind of dry without him. So it's like, they wasn't really getting open. You could tell the presence was felt with him being out. That's the difference between a number 1 wide receiver and then you got the whole internet talking about, oh, he doesn't play this, that, whatever.
But
hey,
you know
what did the team look like without him?
You know what, Fearless? My counter to that is that also the Cowboys had to play 3 games in 12 days. We are the only team that being scrutinized at that high level of impact that people are expecting us to do something that most teams didn't have to go through. And now if somebody equate 3 games in 12 days, that this quarterback to the wide receivers that was missing out of the flow supposed to be like this, I think that's the part of the conundrum piece too. And I know I almost sound like I'm giving a bevy of excuses, but without context and looking at the season as a whole, nobody would never include that this team literally had to play 3 games in 12 days and thinking that everybody was playing on the same playing field, which is not actuals there, unfortunately.
Right. I was just saying, even if Cooper ain't doing that, it's just the decoy of him being the number 1 receiver that the attention is bringing to him that your other receivers can get off. But a lot of people don't understand that. They like, oh, well, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. There's more to it than, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
I just hate to see the blame going on certain people when you're not even giving them the ability to do something.
I get you, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, Fearless.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Good call from him, man. Good call from him. All right, so you guys get where I'm saying. I know wherever I throw it, people going to look at it. They're going to gloss over 3 games in 12 days, right? They're going to gloss over the fact that, yes, we did pay this man, Michael Gallup, who missed north of 6 games with that calf strain, and he came back, played 1 game, and then, he got his stuff snapped up, and I pulled up the chart, right? All of his injuries on the same leg, and that's what we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with a guy that's going to miss all of OTAs, all of training camp. He's going to miss majority of the first half of the season. He's going to come back, and he's supposed to be our number 2. The Cowboys are literally heading into the 2022 season with all of their chips pushed to CeeDee Lamb's corner, right? It's pushed his way. And CeeDee Lamb, for those 1,000 yards that we said, yeah, he got 1,000 yards, but that 1,000 yards, we got to equate that those 1,000 yards came off of the backs of the other team's number 2 and number 3 DBs. And let me try to see if I can go all the way back up to DT's comment. I really appreciate you, DT. He says, let me see if I can go all the way back up to read this one, and we're going to let some more people in. I really appreciate you guys. For those who just not tuning in, Michael Gallup signed a guaranteed contract of $27 million. It's $65 million overall, 5-year contract. DT says Dak is terrible on 3rd downs and big game against good teams. He torches losing teams, though. Now, granted, those are pretty much partially true, because who determines whether or not a team is good or bad? The same teams that we lose to those teams, they will be considered good teams. But when we win to those teams, they consider trash teams. If we were to role reverse, if the Eagles sweep the Cowboys, they will be considered a good team. But by us sweeping the Eagles, who is a playoff team, by the way, they are now considered a trash team. We can't have it both ways. I literally witnessed a team that's in the AFC that played the Jets, the Bills, the Miami Dolphins twice a year, and their status of whether or not they are good or bad teams were never mentioned. But somehow the Cowboys only play bad teams. It's quite strange to me that even Aaron Rodgers, the better thrower of the ball, the guy that just got paid $200 million, right, $153 million guaranteed, he got a chance to play the Minnesota, the Detroit Lions twice a year, and Chicago Bears. And when you add their records and you put those side by side to the NFC East records, our NFC East teams blow their team conference out of the waters. But by representations, it is considered that Aaron Rodgers played in the better division, which was false. And on top of that, the Dallas Cowboys, there's no other division that got more Super Bowls, more championships, more playoffs than the Cowboys division. But somehow our division is the trashiest of all divisions. But nobody can argue facts, right? There's nobody that got more playoffs, Super Bowl wins than the NFC East. Both of those things are facts, and nobody can out-debate me on facts. But we're considered to play in the trash division. That is how it goes, Cowboy Nation. The other thing is, even with that, what we were talking about, teams in general, there's no I and there's no U's. It is team. You got to win a team game. All right, Keith, appreciate you. People, please stop. Dak got same stats as Aaron Rodgers with 1,600 yards and penalties. Where would his stats be? Yeah, Keith, I feel you on that. Thank you so much for the donation, baby. Mr. Wright Antoine, appreciate you. All I want to say is I love my running back, Zeke. Volume carry running back beat you until you don't want to tackle anymore. Zeke was getting hit off the snap. I agree, because everybody knew where he was running the ball. 21 slam. There was no imaginations. No imagination to Ezekiel Elliott. There were no situation whereas they try to bounce it to the outside. There's no creativity. If you think that the offensive structure with the wide receiver routes are bland, newsflash, the running routes are bland as well. So that's just what it is right there. So it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Let's do this. I got some more people waiting in the lobby area. I really appreciate you. Alan, what's good with you? Appreciate the patience.
What's up, Law? How you doing, man?
Man, doing great, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey,
I like that hat. I like that hat, bro.
Hey, it's one for each finger, bro. Yeah. But listen, you know what, man? I'm sorry Cooper gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna miss him. I remember when he first came, I think we ripped off 5 or 6 straight,
right?
Maybe 7,
right.
But and he was our number 1, and he earned that.
Right.
But I was thinking, we're going into next year with the receiver that was number 2.
Right.
We're going into next year with that receiver. I guess the plan is to hope that he's elevated to number 1. But what else as far as receiving are we going into next year with? That's really guaranteed. Gallup ain't going to be there those first 5 or 6 games.
Right.
And then even when he do come, then what? So I don't know, man. Maybe they're going to rely on the 1. I'm sorry, this is little Allen right here.
What's up, man? Man, y'all like twins, man.
Hey, he's a number 21 running back right here for 9 and under. This Zeke right here.
This Zeke, okay. That's his favorite player? Is Zeke your favorite player?
Yes.
Okay, man. That's what I like to hear, man.
He wears number 21 too.
Yeah,
but
I love that.
Hey, but like I said, man, that's what we got next year. We're going into the receiver that was number 2 last year. And like I said, what else is going to be guaranteed? I mean, are we looking for Simi to bump up or what? I'm hearing something about him being a tight end now.
Oh, you're talking about Simi. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be a hybrid. I think that Schultz going to be the guy that line and line. And when we do the 12 personnel, he will be the vertical guy that can take the seam routes. He's going to play that Jarwin role.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. And I also agree with Coach about Zeke. Believe me, I think they should just concentrate, do what they did to the do to the offense what they did to the defense last year. And I think we'll be all right, man. You know what I mean? Do that. Just touch on that for a little bit. Do something near there. Because we ain't got to be that. We don't have to be built up to be that O-line. But, shore up that O-line. And I think we'll be all right. Dak is all right. Dak's going to be Dak. He's going to be even a better Dak.
Right.
But, hey, listen. It is what it is, man. With me, decal for life.
Yeah. You had me worried for a second, man. 1 for each finger. I saw all of that green on, man. And I had
No.
Okay. I say Philadelphia. Okay, all right. Philly 4 leagues. I see it, man. All right, for a second, man. I was like, hold on, man. Well, I said I like the hat. Then you said 1 for each finger, and I started reading. I said, yeah, that's my dog, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And tell your nephew, man, stop punching people out because I remember.
Hey, you rep the star. You rep them from anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and look, I got my new blue truck.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got my new blue truck with another star on it too.
Oh my gosh, man! I can't wait to see it, man.
And look, this is C.D. Lamb's and Michael Gallup's favorite favorite fan right here.
Okay.
Alana. Yo, for a girl, she got good hands. She's the future Dez Bryant.
Oh wow! So she can catch anything that you throw at it. I love it. I love it.
She likes to high point the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope mine can do the same, man. But appreciate you, man, so much, man. One for each finger. That's my guy, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, good call from him. All right, is this Khalil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, you're live, man. Hey, it's all as well, man.
What's up? Mr. Law, I follow you. I follow Mike Fisher, and I follow Mark Holmes. I appreciate all you guys' insightful information.
Appreciate
but
it.
When I'm listening to the nation, they're not hitting everything. They're not speaking on what needs to be spoke on.
Okay.
We need when we revert back to the 90s, everybody say Emmett, Michael, Troy, all that. Right. But they never remember that when Troy stepped into the playoffs with that #1 defense, nobody ever seems to bring that up. Last year, going into the season, I was like, talking to my brother, I want to say, just let me have a great defense, and that'll give us a chance to win.
Right.
And so I think all our chips need to be pushed in on the offensive line and on the defense. What say you to that?
So offensive line and defense. You protect, like the game is won and lost in the trenches. And I believe that 90s team was hellified good down in the trenches because of coaching. One thing that I do know that Jimmy installed into all of those guys is discipline. And he controlled everything with an iron fist. And he held everybody responsible for their actions. And to case in point, on the defensive side, don't you know that defense is more discipline than anything? If you and I were to get into a fight and you keep dropping your hands, that's because you're undisciplined. You got to protect your head at all time, at all costs. So when every time you drop your hand, that's me freeing up my other jab to hit you in your face. That's defense. And people fail to realize if this defense were just a little bit more disciplined, it would be even better. So that's why I'm just can't wait for Dan Quinn to be back here again to insert the other half of it, which would be the discipline aspect of it. If we're a little bit more disciplined, we'll be a little bit better on defense and offense.
One more thing before I let you go. Mm-hmm. I'm extremely upset about Amari leaving.
Right.
In my opinion, when I watch the games, I hear a lot of your followers saying they didn't game plan Amari Cooper. I really think them giving CeeDee Lamb 88 pushed a lot of pressure on them to get him the ball instead of Amari Cooper. Kind of like pushing Amari to the back door. And we all saw that Amari was drawing coverage, freeing up CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz. So I wanted you to speak on that and tell me if I'm right or wrong.
The pressure aspect for Lamb, well,
they gave him the 88,
they gave him
therefore
the 88.
They had to showcase him, which left Amari on the back burner, in my opinion.
I mean, he was a first-round draft pick. You gave him 88. He's very likable. He's soft-spoken as well. He got a little dog to him, like some other receivers we had to wear that 88. But he's the solid 88 compared to especially the playmaker and Dez. But sales are sales, and being Jerry Jones, you got so many hats. He is the general manager. He's the owner. He's the marketing guy. He is the guy that, I saw him 3 weeks ago. He was promoting the boxing match that's going to happen right here in Arlington. So he's too many places. But pressure busts pipes. But I've heard somebody say on this channel in the comment, pressure with heat also make diamonds. So we need to see if CeeDee Lamb, his numbers got to be called now. He's going to get the number 1 DBs for everybody. And the number 2 DB is going to be on either Simi Fehoko or whoever we draft now, Cedric Wilson. But there's zero excuses. He's going to have to deliver. And by them ushering out Amari Cooper, well, we got $16 million. We better do something with it.
I got you. I appreciate your work. I follow you all the time. Thank you, and take care, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for jumping in, man. He's a good guy right there. That was everybody but this one, man. What's up, Marcius, man? What's good?
What's good, love?
Nothing to it, man. I think you was trying to jump on the call yesterday, and you left right before I pulled your name, man. But what's good with you, man?
Not much, love. Before I tell you anything, I want to tell you I appreciate your hard work, man. You steady grinding all year, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you to appreciate me. What you got for this episode?
I was calling in to talk about this Amari trade, man. I mean, it sucks, man. It sucks. But like my mama always tell me, you can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, he's gone.
Right.
And the way I see it now is that we got to. I'm looking forward to giving CeeDee Lamb an opportunity to prove himself. I know whenever we drafted him, we had high hopes for him. And I mean, I'm gonna give the young man an opportunity to showcase his skills and see what he got. So, maybe there's something behind the scenes that we're not seeing that they feel like maybe he's ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I see a lot of people. I mean, I like Amari. Don't get me wrong, but there's been plays that have been left on the field for him. Like you brought up on another show against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say he quit on us. And young man earlier, he was talking about that Chiefs game that the team looked way different. He has to remember too. We lost CeeDee Lamb in that game too to a concussion. So Dak was out there with Wilson and Gallup. Yeah. So I mean that affects the team tremendously. We didn't have a full squad. I believe if we had at least CD out there, we would have won that game.
Yeah, it would have been more of a competitive game, And that deep crosser that Cedric Wilson caught, that could have been
yes,
Lamb.
Sir.
And I think that Lamb would have scored that, or quite frankly, if Coop was in there, I think we would have scored that. But one can argue if you take away Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce from that game, we wouldn't have known what even the Chiefs look like without his weapons, right?
Exactly. That man had his full squad, and like you said too, 3 games in 12 days. That's a lot, man. That's a lot on the body for these football
Right.
players. I'm sure they were fatigued, and people don't talk about that. People don't take that into consideration.
Yeah.
I mean,
one thing
that affects the play too.
One thing I am seeing that people gave credit to Lamb is on that Patriots tape, Cowboys versus the Patriots.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen Lamb have flashes of being a true one. Remember the catch against the Vikings in the end zone? That was a phenomenal catch.
Yeah.
That was I got that as my wallpaper on my computer at work.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to give this young man a chance. We're over here beating him down. I mean, he already has high expectations, like they were saying, we're in 88. We got to give him a chance. I mean, we drafted him for a reason. Whenever we drafted him, I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall that they're expecting him to take over as a first-round draft pick. He kind of fell on our lap.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this though, Mercedes, the best play I seen for Lamb last season was against the Giants. The double move when old boy was talking noise, he tried to press him. Damn, his name is at the tip of my tongue. You guys can put his name in the chat. The DB. That was pretty
Bradbury?
good.
Was it Bradbury or something
Brad
like that?
mother-sucking Berry. Yeah, he was talking cash money, and I was like, well, at the time, I don't know if you remember the final word, but we was like, I'm still not going to give him a game changer because I got to see some more. But that game right there, I said, yeah, he got him.
Yeah, and then I see a lot of people are bashing Kellen Moore, and I don't like. I mean, he's been. I remember whenever we first got him. I remember you said, "Oh, there's gonna be growing pains." And this is what we're going through right now. Is the growing pains right now? He's. You got to remember, he's not a 10-year vet of being an offensive coordinator. He's learning himself, just like as a young offense OC. It sucks, but these are the growing pains they got to go through. Now, I'm expecting Mike McCarthy to be in that film room and tell him, "Hey, look. We need to do this. We need to do that." and I expect them to make adjustments. I mean, I just got to give him a chance. I mean, he's a young OC.
Yeah, my only thing is I agree with what you're saying. I do look at Kellen Moore as a guy that's going through growing pains, but I'm also looking at it that it's the way that the Cowboys are doing that. We've seen back-to-back situations. We got a chance to witness Jason Garrett go through his growing pains, and then he peaked and he hit his ceiling as the head coach and went over there to Giants land and couldn't average over 18 and 19 points a game. But I look at Kellen Moore, an understudy of Scott Linehan, and we know that it's going to take this man 15 to 20 years to be that guy. My brother, I had my younger brother on the show earlier, and he was saying that Kyle Shanahan, although he's young, but he's been doing this since 2003. That's a long time.
Yeah,
man.
you're right.
That's a long time. And what we do is we try to rationalize and we try to generalize it and say, since Kellen Moore is young, we can fast pace him and put him in the same likings of a Kyle Shanahan, which is two separate things, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I agree. But one thing I will say, I think they feel that fire, burning up on them, where if they don't do something this season, I think for sure I know Mike McCarthy's going to be gone if we don't do something this year. For sure. I mean, I think they feel that pressure, is mounting on them where, the fans are putting the pressure on them. I think Jerry was pissed off.
Right.
I mean, he was pissed off, them comments he made after that loss we took. And I expect a different team. I expect Dan Quinn, maybe, man, I think he feels that pressure from Dan Quinn that, man, if I don't straighten up, this guy right here might take my job in the middle of the season. And I think the team will respond better to Dan Quinn.
Yeah, they will. If it was up to me, if it was straight up to Law Nation, I would tell Mike McCarthy, we like you as a guy that came in and gave us a new input, but for right now, we're going to have to give you the walking papers, and I'm going to elevate Dan Quinn. Because I don't want a situation whereas we see the same thing that happened before in this organization, whereas Wade Phillips was given the job, and then we seen that the knight in shining armor was Jason Garrett. And I don't want to see that same thing happen, repeating over and over again, because as the head coach, I need, unless his back is against the wall now, unless he step up and say, hey, I'm going to call the plays, or I'm going to make better clock management and stuff like that. We see that rate of return more from Mike McCarthy for this year than we can sit back. But outside of that, Kellen Moore could be learning that clock management, right?
Yes,
come
sir.
on, give somebody else to learn that part of it. But it is what it is.
Hey, I got one more thing I want to say, Law. I know people yesterday, they were getting a little upset because they heard the rumors about Leo Collins might be traded.
Right.
One thing I noticed about, I think you spoke on it before, us Cowboys fans, we get attached to these names, man, whenever it's time, but we can't do that. Whenever it's time to cut somebody, it's time to cut somebody. Terrence Steele proved himself last year. And for the past 2 seasons, he's been more available than Leo Collins. And the best ability is availability.
Yeah.
And if we could get something for this guy, and we got somebody behind him that's cheaper and obviously can perform better, because you've seen the run game took a little dip whenever Leo came back out there. I'm not saying Leo ain't good,
right?
But I mean, I think it's just time to move off of him. And if we could get something for him, because how many times have we not, Dave? We used to say, man, we should have moved off of him last year, and we could have got something for him, and we didn't. I think right now is the perfect time to move off of him, because there's people that will get him right before free agency. Get rid of that talent right there, because we got somebody about Terrence Steele that can do the job.
Now, this is the thing. There's nobody that I believe in the 4th or the 5th or even the 3rd, maybe even the 2nd round draft. And this particular draft is better than La'el Collins. Nobody, from a tackle or guard. From my knowledge of the game and my understanding of it, I don't see anybody better than La'el Collins out of the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. So what the Cowboys got to do is learn how to be silent and then operate under, incognito. And they have not been doing that, Marcius, because they already said trade or release. So that tells me that if somebody if somebody don't trade for this guy, then we're going to hear that breaking news noise that La'el Collins is cut from this team and we save $1.3 million, which will not be enough for me.
Nah, I mean, if it's either trade him or keep him. If that's all we're going to save, then we might as well keep him.
Might as well. You might as well keep him depth purposes. And if that big boy don't want to play guard, if he don't want to be the backup, then that's when the coach walk up to him, look him in his face and say, and I know it's difficult because La'el Collins, I met him. He's a real huge guy. He's really huge. But you're going to have to let Joe Philbin or whoever, even Kellen Moore, y'all going to have to say, hey, we believe in Terrence Steele right now. He's more athletic, he's more agile, and we like the temperaments of the style that he plays. Now, there is an option for you at guard, but if you don't want to do that, then there's the bench. And it's none of that trying to pander to him. You remember they were saying that they was trying to put him at tackle and guard, rotating him in practice? No. If you see him as guard, then you keep him at guard and say, hey, I don't care about your feelings. We trying to win games.
Yes, sir. You ain't above the team.
Yeah, you ain't above the teams. No way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I know I said this is the last thing because I'll be hearing a lot of people. Man, they've been talking about, man, we should have traded Zeke. We should cut Zeke or whatever. Man, some of these people, they just say stuff to say stuff. But first of all, nobody's going to trade for Ezekiel Elliott's contract. And second, it would be a $30 million cap hit. This dead money if we release Zeke. And his cap hit, if we keep him on the team, is $18 million. So we're not going to cut him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we're stuck with him. So the people saying trade Zeke or cut Zeke, that's not going to happen. I mean, we need to be realistic here.
All right. Oh, hold on. Somebody correction. Blake says after June 1st, we save $8 million on Collins. Okay. All right. So $8 million. Well, if that's enough to bring in somebody of some statue, then yeah. But as far as Ezekiel Elliott, we all know the writing on the wall is the offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator. Sir. And I don't care if we have Emmett and Barry Sanders in the backfield, we would have still got the same results.
Oh yeah. It don't matter if you had Derrick Cameron back there trucking everybody, you still gonna have the same results.
You gotta be able to craft up and drop a running play. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Law. Thank you for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it. You keep on grinding, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime, man. It's a good call from Marcias, man. J. Marcias. Yeah, Cowboy Nation. All right, so I done gave you guys another 5-hour show, basically. If you add the time that I put in earlier this morning or earlier today, and you add in the time that I put in now, I can tell you right now, no other YouTuber or Facebook person or Twitter or Twitch is doing this, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm out of breath. I've been talking so much. Straight, no commercial, no advertisement button that you guys got to hit. It's just straight me. All right, so I'm going to bring this in for everybody that's listening. We got 2 breaking news. Let's listen into it. Reporting live from Law Nation Studios, Michael Gallup signed a 5-year contract. 27 of that 5-year contract is guaranteed. The overall contract is $65.2 million. Oh, we got other words?
Breaking news!
That also, Tommy Brady is back in the house. I can't wait to play Tom Brady, but he's back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That would tickle Skip Bayless' fancy for real, for real. So they're going to be talking about, I can hear the segment already. What's the segment, Law? The segment will be this. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be a segment. I predict the future that old Skip Bayless and Shay Sharp will be talking about that one. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. If you're watching all the way to this point and you have not hit that like button, come on. It's this right here.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I can't wait, baby.
Shame.
Really appreciate you guys, man. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like. Hit the shared icon. And if you were in the lobby area, get out of there because I don't want to see you in the lobby area. I'm removing that link from the top of my screen. But my name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. Shout out to those. We will be also with the final word on Tuesday. I will be going out of town Thursday, and I should be back Sunday. But I got some important stuff that's we working in details on the 21st of March. I got some important things dealing with a Cowboys multi-millionaire player, right? And I'm not going to speak it until I know for sure that I'm able to be there. But he's a dynamic player for the Cowboys on an active roster that we may be working something out, and we will have him somewhere in frame or maybe a 5 to 10 minute conversation about this guy. And he's on the offensive side of the coin, and I'm going to savor it for you guys. Shout out to you, Marcias. Appreciate you. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to Michael Gallup, who is part of the Cowboys experience as well. It's not him, by the way, but shout out to him and his team, his independent agent that walks around in the area of DFW. Appreciate him. Joe, you know who you are. Thank you. And thank you all for jumping in. It's been a pleasure as we walk on up out of here. Shout out to you, Stephen White. Appreciate you. I'm going to give a shout out to all of those that's watching. As we head on up out of here, the days in Lifetime. Scott Webster said Grand Theft Auto is next. No, not right now, baby. But the team, the war is not over with, baby. I told y'all.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I'm going to always give you guys the energy.
This is Sparta!
Law, what you got going on, man? This team, why you keep supporting this team? And they got side pieces on the side kids. They building a $3.5 billion playpen, and we got nothing to show for it, right? There's people visiting from out of state, out of the country, even though gas is $12 a gallon. They coming to see the Cowboys win, lose, or draw. They even got a workout facility for dog near close to $3 billion. This team stays in TMZ. So much TMZ pays them as regular employees. Why you can't just be a Saints fan, Law? Why you just can't be a Green Bay Packer fan, an Eagle fan? Why you gotta be a Dallas Cowboy fan? And I tell them anyways, out of the nights that cover me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank God for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutches of circumstances, I have not winced nor cried out loud. Right? And all of the pains and trials and tribulations that this team brings since 19, we live like 95. We still live and rocking, baby. Loyalty is what I bleed, right? We steady. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but it's to he that endured to the end. And baby, you're gonna have to wheel me up out of this thing because I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I believe I was a fan before Jerry Jones bought the team. And I'll be a fan before the Joneses leave this plane. Out of the grave, I'll still be rooting for these Cowboys. I told people, if you don't put a star on my tombstone, I'm hunting you. Let's go, baby. They said if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, don't you guys see me here? Help me get to 100,000 subscribers, baby. Because I believe one day people gonna pay millions for this speech and y'all getting it free right now. Because the passion is all in my body, baby, just like the Illuminati. We in this stage to win it, baby. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of almighty Cowboy Nation, and dogged and grim, you will get it. The name is Law Nation, imitated but never duplicated, with the situation of the thing, of the mind, as the soul rewind to the things that we all talk about. This Dallas Cowboys. As the tears shed of the hope and the reality missing, we never miss a beat. They say the beat of my heart is crying Cowboys. And still we stand firm in the fire with this team as we being ridiculed and mocked and spit upon and being called all of our names. But we are still here, baby. We are. That's the resilient nature that the Cowboys in. If they had 1,000 laws, we'd be undefeated every year. If 53 mans had my mindset, baby, they say, hey, why are you putting in extra reps? You're supposed to be done. You're supposed to go home. And they say, man, they can't shut the gym down because they got 53 men with PhDs. What is that? They poor, they hungry, and they determined, baby. They say they don't care about the aficionados. They don't care about the opposing team because they ain't scared. Yeah. They ready to bring the war, the thunder, the fire. That's what they ready to do. Yeah. They running through the walls to bring 6 rings back to Big Day. They ain't scared if they had my mentality. Oh, that's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Y'all write that down. PhD mentality. Poor, hungry, and determined to make it happen, baby. We up out of here. Y'all write that down. Law got a PhD. Y'all listen to that guy with the beard? Yeah. Let's go. Fire up. Somebody ready to put on the pants and the helmet right now.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze. Photo. Please. No photos. G's. No. Please. No photos. Hit the door and the domain just
y'all see Gallup,
yeah, might need some dog, still young, but I move like a veteran. New deal to my lawyer to if you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze. Photo. Please. No photos. G's. No. Please. No photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Dry you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze. Photo.